Urgent Dallas Cowboys FANS. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today we're diving deep into everything that's happening right now with America's team. The Dallas Cowboys are in the thick of it, making some serious moves as they gear up for the 2024 NFL season. With the roster deadline looming on Sunday, August 30, there's a buzz of excitement, speculation, and a few surprises that could shape how this team approaches the season. So buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just change how you see the Cowboys' future. First off, the Cowboys are working tirelessly behind the scenes, finalizing their 53-man roster. It's a process filled with tough decisions, cut-downs, and strategic signings. Recently, they signed tight end Mitchell Van Voren, a move that caught some attention. Van Voren is a rookie, a young player with a lot to prove, and he's now one step closer to making his NFL debut in Dallas. But with this signing, the Cowboys had to make room, so they released defensive tackle Kelvin Gilliam, a name that's been gaining some buzz in NFL circles. Now, you might be wondering, who is Kelvin Gilliam? Well, back in June, USA Today's Kenneth Ball highlighted Gilliam as a potential hidden gem, especially given the team's recent focus on building a formidable defensive line. Gilliam, a Virginia Tech product, stood out because of his unique skill set. He's 6'2", weighs 300 pounds, and leverages a naturally low center of gravity, which helps him gain leverage against blockers. His explosiveness, quickness, and violent hand use make him a difficult matchup for offensive linemen, especially in a league that demands speed and agility on the trenches. It's interesting to note that Gilliam's potential was recognized early on during training camp. His ability to swim past blockers and slip through interior offensive lines seemed promising. Fans and analysts alike saw him as a possible breakout player, someone who could develop into a key rotational piece or even a starter in the future. But, as we all know, roster cuts are part of the game, and sometimes even the most promising young players have to be let go to make room for others. But let's not forget, the Cowboys are not only focusing on their offensive and defensive line. They're also sharpening their weapons on both sides of the ball. The linebacker core, wide receiver group, and secondary are all undergoing intense competition. The team's coaching staff, led by head coach Mike McCarthy, and their front office are leaving no stone unturned in their quest to assemble a roster that's not only talented but also cohesive and ready to compete at the highest level. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the defensive side of the ball because this is where things get really intriguing. After finishing as one of the worst NFL defenses in 2023, the Cowboys have made it clear that they intend to flip that script in 2024. The addition of new defensive coordinator Christian Parker has been a game-changer. Parker, who's relatively new to the coordinator role but brings years of experience and a fresh perspective, is already making waves. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer has raved about him, calling him an incredible communicator and emphasizing his leadership qualities. You see, what makes Parker stand out is his ability to connect with players and translate complex schemes into understandable concepts. Schottenheimer mentioned that when you walk past Parker's office, you see multiple players eager to talk to him, wanting to learn more about the game plan. That kind of engagement is exactly what the Cowboys needed to revitalize their defense. Christian Parker has been studying the game for years, preparing for this moment, and now he's implementing a system that emphasizes aggressive pass rushes, disciplined coverage, and smart situational football. His approach is already paying dividends. The defense is more disciplined, more aggressive, and most importantly, more confident. It's a significant upgrade from last season, and fans are already noticing the difference in training camp practices and preseason games. Speaking of which, Dallas is about to face the New Orleans Saints in their final preseason game on Friday, August 28. This game will be crucial for evaluating the roster, especially for those last few spots that will make the difference between making the team or heading to the practice squad. Once that game wraps up, Dallas will have just a couple of days to finalize their roster. And let me tell you, the competition at quarterback is heating up. Behind Dak Prescott, who's undoubtedly the leader of this team, the backup position remains fiercely contested. Sam Howell and Joe Milton have been impressing during the preseason, and it's shaping up to be a close call. Coach Schottenheimer has been quite candid about the battle, saying that if you just look at training camp performances, Howell might have a slight edge. But Milton has also stepped up, delivering some impressive performances, and the coaching staff is giving both players a real shot. In fact, many analysts, including ESPN's Todd Archer, project that Dallas might keep both Milton and Howell on the roster, giving them flexibility and depth at the quarterback position. That's a smart move considering how important that backup spot is, especially given the wear and tear that NFL seasons bring. Having two capable backups means Dallas can be more flexible and better prepared if anything happens to Prescott. Now, looking at all these pieces, rookie signings, roster cuts, the revamped defense, and quarterback battles, it's clear that the Cowboys are making a concerted effort to build a team that's not only talented but also resilient. The expectations are sky-high. Fans are eager to see how this team performs in the regular season, especially with the season opener against their rivals, the New York Giants, scheduled for September 13. That game will be a litmus test for everything the Cowboys have worked on during the offseason. But beyond the X's and O's, it's also about the culture that Mike McCarthy and his staff are instilling. The focus on discipline, effort, and unity is evident. The players are buying in, and the energy in training camp has been contagious. The defense, with Christian Parker leading the charge, looks completely different than last year. The offense, with Dak Prescott leading a talented core of receivers and running backs, is poised to be much more explosive than in previous seasons. And let's not forget about the draft picks and undrafted free agents who are fighting for their spots. Every practice, every preseason snap adds a new layer of intrigue. Who will surprise us? Who will emerge as the go-to guy in critical moments? These questions are what make training camp and preseason so exciting for Cowboys fans. Every game, every play is a story in the making, and it's fascinating to watch the evolution of this team. Now, I want to bring your attention to some of the key players who will be instrumental in this upcoming season. Dak Prescott, of course, is the cornerstone of the Cowboys' offense. After recovering from injuries in previous years, he's looking sharper and more confident than ever. His leadership is vital, especially as he works to elevate the play of young receivers like CeeDee Lamb and promising rookies who are fighting for a spot. The offensive line has also seen some changes, with new additions and some familiar faces ready to protect Prescott and open lanes for the running game, which is expected to be more dynamic this year. Defensively, the addition of young talent and the strategic adjustments under Christian Parker have the potential to turn the Cowboys into a top-tier unit. Players like Micah Parsons, who has established himself as one of the best pass rushers in the league, will be critical. Parsons, with his relentless energy and game-changing ability, is expected to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks. Alongside him, veterans and young players alike are competing for the remaining spots, making the defensive front one of the most exciting units to watch. Special teams will also play a crucial role, with the team hunting for consistency and explosive plays. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, who's been impressive in training camp, might just be the guy to solidify that position after a solid preseason showing. Special teams can often be overlooked, but in close games, they can be the difference between victory and defeat. Now, in terms of expectations, Cowboys fans are dreaming big. After a roller coaster 2023 season, the hope is that this revamped roster, combined with strategic coaching and a bit of luck, will finally put Dallas back into serious playoff contention. The NFC is tough, no doubt about it, with teams like San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Detroit all vying for supremacy, but the Cowboys have the talent and the coaching staff to make a deep run. And as always, the history of the Cowboys adds an extra layer of anticipation. This franchise, with its legendary status, iconic players, and passionate fan base, carries a legacy of Super Bowl victories and unforgettable moments. Every season feels like a new chapter, and this year feels no different. The team's front office has been aggressive in the offseason, making moves that show they're all in on competing at the highest level. The draft picks, free agent signings, and strategic roster cuts all point toward a calculated effort to build a team that can contend for the Lombardi Trophy once again. As we look ahead to the season opener and beyond, one thing is clear. The Dallas Cowboys are not just trying to make up the numbers. They want to be a dominant force, a team that strikes fear into opponents and energizes their fans every Sunday. The combination of experienced veterans, young talent, innovative coaching, and renewed defensive vigor makes the Cowboys a team to watch closely this season. Every game, every play, every moment will be scrutinized, celebrated, or analyzed by fans and experts alike. So whether you're a die-hard fan already dreaming of playoff glory or just a casual observer curious about what's next for America's team, one thing is for sure. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. The roster decisions, the battles in training camp, the strategic adjustments, and the potential breakout stars all contribute to an electric atmosphere. The Cowboys have a clear vision, and they're doing everything they can to make sure they're ready to face whatever challenges come their way. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these moves? Do you believe this team has what it takes to go all the way? Who do you think will be the surprise stars of the season? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Remember, we're just getting started. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and of course, the latest news on your favorite team. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's get ready for what promises to be an unforgettable NFL season for the Dallas Cowboys.